my YouTube, guys. Things have changed around here. I have got this playlist on, what's it called again? Spotify? I literally just look up like chill jazz. So jazz vibes. Yeah, here it is. You would have seen in one of my previous YouTubes my morning routine where I start with like my meditation and then I'm listening to podcasts. How do I put this? My stress, according to the cortisol test that I did a year ago and most recently, is just through the roof. And I've put all the lifestyle interventions in, like the meditation, the cold showers, switching off from work, nature walks and everything. And a year later, my cortisol is slightly higher than it was a year ago. I am actually working with a new integrative doctor to look at helping this and fixing this and working on my skin and my overall health. And as you'll see, I have a lot of morning drinks, a lot of like supplements and greens and things that I am now taking to help with that. So one of the things I'm doing is, instead of listening to podcasts and constantly absorbing and consuming information, which I go for a walk, it's a podcast, or I'm writing notes, or I'm not even really being present, or I'm getting ready in the morning, I'm listening to educational podcasts, just enough. All right, so we're listening to the jazz music and I'm just trying to like find some more zen and time to switch off. Stop thinking about work. When you have your own business, it's kind of like you're constantly thinking about work. So I'm coming up with ways in my day to have a bit more downtime where I'm not so thinking and working, and so jazz is one of them. Anyway, that's not what you came here for today. I will do another YouTube speaking about my health and all the things that I'm doing and exploring and sleep and everything. But today, it's your favorite. It is a full day of eating and we are eating 1,500 calories today. And I've been trying to reduce my carbs a little bit and get some more healthy fats in there to help with the skin sitch. So let's jump in and start the day with breakfast. Obviously, I started my day with my decaf coffee, with my probiotic drink, with my chocolate greens. So I mix my Tropica greens with cacao powder, so it's chocolate greens, and my concoction of supplements, which I'm not even gonna go into in this video because I'll save that for another video. Anyway, we are going to start with breakfast. I'm going to have a egg white and vegetable breakfast wrap straight from the Train with Soph app. So let's jump into that now and make it up. Not that you do this. This is baking, so if it's not cooking, okay, let's do it. It is lunchtime, but I realized I have no food in my house. So I don't actually know what I'm gonna have. I think I'm actually going to go to the supermarket and buy some food so that I'm not making a super boring day in the life, because like, I don't know, let's have a look at my fridge. What have we got? Okay, we've got some snow peas, some beetroot, some carrot and a zucchini, and some low carb potatoes, some cauliflower, pumpkin, apricots, apple, egg whites, oat milks and coconut milk and egg whites, the wrap, strawberries, more egg whites, strawberries and berries, and sauce. And then this is where I have my meats, and I've got turkey mince, beef mince, chicken and kangaroo. So I just don't have a lot of veg, and usually I've got heaps of stuff in my freezer, but I've only got some frozen broccoli, strawberries, frozen banana, and then bread and frozen bagels and frozen egg whites. So it's not really enough to make a meal. I could, but I'm not. I'm gonna go get some food, so let's go shopping. I actually realized when I was making the breakfast, I was like, usually I'd be putting in like tomatoes, capsicum, probably they're the only two things that I missed out, let's be honest. It would have been really nice with feta, but I'm totally dairy free again. But yeah, I was like looking through and I'm like, wow, I really don't have a lot of food. So it was a throw together breakfast burrito, but it was delicious. It was very delicious. So I've written my food shop list. I'm gonna get some fish because I'm really focusing on eating more fats. So I'm going to get some fish, and then I'm gonna get some more chicken because I'm going through chicken like crazy. Olives, macadamia nuts, and just a whole lot of veg. So, okay, let's go shopping, take two. So it rained, I got wet. I got very wet in what I was wearing, so I have changed my outfit. Okay, now we are going to have lunch. So for lunch, I am having very simple, very basic bitch. I'm just gonna have some protein and veg. So with this whole trying to eat lower carb and high fat, it does mean you have like less fun stuff to play with. Depending on the person, like some people think it's really fun to add in like nuts and seeds and avocado and olives and stuff like that, which it is. Like I love those things because they're so small. It feels like you're not eating heaps compared to say like potatoes and pumpkin and cauliflower and rice and wraps and everything. So the actual meals, in my opinion, are pretty boring to what I usually eat, but they still taste good, and the nuts and stuff do add a lot of flavor and enjoyment to them. But it does mean that usually I would have a snack of like a bowl of oats or some wheat bix or something like rice cakes or toast, but I'm not having that. I'm having something else which I will show you. So first things first, lunch. So I'm going to be having turkey mince, I'm going to have avocado and olives as my fat sources, and there's obviously fat in the turkey. It's more of like a higher fat protein compared to some of your other leaner meats. And then I'm just gonna have some broccoli, some zucchini, and some green beans. And that is gonna be 320 calories. It will be 33.5 grams of protein, 11 grams of fat, and 19 grams of carbs. So let's make it. For lunch, I actually ended up mixing it up a bit. I went rogue. I went wild and mixed it up like crazy and added some tomato passata to make it more like a pasta sauce just without pasta. You could do zoodles if you wanted, but I'm actually not really into zoodles. So the updated calories and macros for that were 318 calories, 31, I'm rounding up, grams of protein, 11 grams of fat, 22 grams of carbs, and I had 100 grams of zucchini, 100 grams of broccoli, 100 grams of beans, 30 grams of avocado, 30 grams of olives, 100 grams of the passata sauce, and 110 grams of turkey mince. That's lunch. Now for the snack, as I said, it's not as fun as what I would usually have, and also eating higher fats when you're dairy free as well can be a bit tricky because there's obviously like cheeses and things that I can't eat that I would love to be having to contribute to it. But anyway, this snack is going to be delicious because there's chocolate in it. So I'm going to have 2 squares of dark Lindt chocolate. The 70% is dairy free, and I'm going to have macadamia nuts, walnuts, and Brazil nuts. So I'm getting all my nuts, like the really good fats in there, there, and that is going to be 242 calories, 4.5 grams of protein, 22 grams of fat, and 9.4 grams of carbs. So it is low carb and high fat, which is awesome. The funny thing is, like, you'll see the size of it and you'll be like, that's 242 calories. Like, fats add up so much quicker in smaller quantities because there's 9 calories per gram versus carbs and protein is 4 calories per gram. So it is different, but doesn't make fat bad. Fat's really good for you. We need them, especially for hormones, especially as women. So I'm really interested to see how this different part of the diet goes. Also, something I have noticed with including more of those fats in my diet is I'm actually feeling more satiated. I'm feeling less hungry and have less cravings. All right, let's have the snack now. So for dinner, we are going to be having some salmon and some vegetables, just basically vegetables and protein, standard. And I'm going to be adding avocado in there for my fats. So the calories and macros of that, 396 calories. You'll see it's going to be like super voluminous, so like pretty low cal for the amount of food that I'm going to be showing you. 100 grams of zucchini, 100 grams of beans, 100 grams of broccoli, which I use frozen. I'm going to do 130 grams of salmon, about 80 grams of pineapple, 70 grams of capsicum, 70 grams of tomatoes, 70 grams of carrot, 30 grams of avocado, and top it with some tomato sauce. So we've got 27 grams of carbs, 13.5 grams of fat, and 35 grams of protein for that meal. And then I'm just about to make my famous egg white pancake dessert recipe. So I'm just gonna have the egg whites and I'm going to have peanut butter and strawberries. All right, so that's 157 calories just for the 180 grams of egg whites, 100 grams of strawberries, and 10 grams of peanut butter. And I usually add some maple syrup. I usually use the sugar-free maple syrup because it's lower in calories, but I've been trying to steer clear of the sugar-free foods because they just don't really agree with my gut. So instead I'm going to be doing the Canadian maple syrup, which is higher in calories. So if I add that in, if I add 10 ml of that maple syrup, it's an extra 37 calories. So with maple syrup, it's 194 calories, 15 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fat, and 24 grams of protein.
As the world continues to spin, never splash by swimming in sin. I'm in hella unconventional mind states. As time skates, I'm irate, but then I breathe in indica and chill. These fake big time is steady miniature for real. And I would never fall in that spectrum. I wreck drums and murk since I heard shit that upset. I'm dumb stressed, but up next for success. So guess what? Finna mess up the Tesla. The shit pop, it's hip hop and sex drugs. Know what it is and know the glow more. And when you saying fuck it and nothing of it, know that there's something coming.
Oh, the world crazy sometimes, sometimes, sometimes. Oh, don't lie, don't lie. Oh, don't lie, don't lie. Oh, the world crazy sometimes, sometimes, sometimes. Oh, don't lie, don't lie. Don't lie.
I ain't one of you dudes trying to take a pic. I ain't one of you dudes lying on your dick. I ain't one of you dudes that be sitting on the gram. I ain't one of you dudes trying to be another one of these dudes. Got me thinking of these comments while I'm blowing those. Just a brother from the borough, you know how it go. I be all up on that loud cause it seem to keep my stress low. Plus it help me see what I'm meant for. I just know I'm that guy. I just want the hope I really hope I live to see my dreams. Grind until I die. I got feelings that I learned how to keep them locked inside for life. And if I do it once, I'm known to do it twice. Known to beat the odds. Known to have a cause and a plan. Probably think a nigga acting the way I take action. I ain't stopping till I get my grandma and my daddy satisfaction. Cause they probably think I'm crazy.
Oh, the world crazy sometimes, sometimes, sometimes. Oh, don't lie.
So that was the full day of eating experience featuring 1500 calories, high fat, low-ish moderate carbs, and the usual with my protein. So let's do a recap It was 1510 calories total. I had 124 grams of protein, 116 grams of carbs, 59 grams of fat, which is way higher than usually I would have, like 40, 35, like, which is just too low to support the female hormone system. And the fiber was 40. So with fiber, you want to be aiming for 10 to 15 grams per 1,000 calories. So definitely hit my target with that. So I'm happy with those calories and macros for the day. Definitely felt like super satiated having more fats. And something else I just want to say, some other things you could add in would be like hard or soft boiled eggs, but I can't have the egg yolk. For some reason that gives me a skin reaction, so I stick to egg whites. So eggs are really good snacks if you wanted to have them in salads. Salads are also really good, so like a tuna, is it nishwa? Tuna nishwa salad. And you just, obviously, if you're not dairy free, you can have like some a mayonnaise, egg, tuna salad kind of vibe. Oh my god, that would be so good. Maybe I'll add that to the TWS recipes. And you can have all the different nuts, more seeds, olive oils and coconut oils. So actually the other day I had this delicious cacao hot chocolate. So I used the Tropiga cacao powder that I have with coconut milk. Let me show you the coconut milk. So I used this Cocoa Quench organic coconut milk that I just bought from the supermarket, and it's actually nice. I know I feel like I'm cheating on oat milk, but okay, this is gonna like break hearts. My heart is broken, but potentially broken, potentially not. I might have to stop drinking oat milk and eating rolled oats. I know, I am so scared. I really hope it's not true. I'm doing all these tests right now to check for like, just every test under the moon. It's costing me so much money, but I'm gonna finally get to the bottom of all of my like skin and digestive issues. Ever since I was in hospital, I've just had, you know, a lifetime's worth of antibiotics pumped into me, which messes with your liver and your gut and everything. So anyway, I'm doing all these tests, and I eat gluten-free. When it comes to oats, some contain wheat and some contain wheat from cross-contamination. So I might have to go full like hard gluten-free, like celiac style, and not have oats or oat milk. So I've just been like trying to ease myself in by testing, just in case it happens. I mean, just in case, I need to mentally prepare myself. So I've tried coconut milk to see if it froths. It froths a tiny bit, not enough. Might try some different brands to see how it goes. But yeah, I am totally going off track, but I had a hot chocolate cacao version with this coconut milk and a bit of hot water and a little bit of maple syrup. Oh my god, it was actually so good. Like, I am a sweet tooth, and you can't beat a traditional hot chocolate, and cacao has quite a bitter taste, so I was very skeptical, but I've done it. I've perfected the healthy hot chocolate. So anyway, maybe I'll show you guys that in a recipe soon. But yeah, that's the full day of eating. I will hit you guys up with another diet update soon. It's actually going really well. I'm enjoying the process. I'm noticing changes in my physique. I've got a photo shoot in a week or two, depending on when this goes live. So I'm just wanting to get a little bit leaner for that. And being lower carb will help me with like water, like less water retention and that watery kind of inflamed look that I tend to get a bit from being a little bit of a stressor. So yeah, I know, so much to update you on. So I will do that in another YouTube, but I hope you guys enjoyed the full day of eating and you got some recipe ideas. These are all recipes that go in the Train with Soph app and that I steal from there for my daily meals. So check it out if you haven't already. I would love to coach you and program for you nutrition and training. It's all custom and you get to join an amazing community of like-minded women. The links are all below. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this week's YouTube. I'll see you back here really soon.